Hi everybody, my name is Franck Flachenberg and I'm the Senior Wash Advisor of Concern HQ, but today I'm presenting a pilot on behalf of my excellent colleague Ange Byabuze, who is a wash officer for Concern in DRC, and Ange on our team have implemented a pilot on hand washing with soap in DRC, more specifically in the North Kivu Province. So, handwashing with soap, well, I think we all know that it's by far the most efficient measure against diarrheal disease, but unfortunately, we also know that it's not easy to get good results and not easy to obtain effective adoptions of hand washing practices. What we often end up with is the famous, unfortunately famous knowledge behavior gap, which means that people they remember, they are able to tell you about when they should wash their hands, but when it comes to are they really doing it, well, that's where that sometimes we do have a lot of issue, right? So, and it's a real pity this because at the same time we do have plenty of good recommendations, listen learns from past successful SBCC interventions. And so what Ange did was to do business as usual, so, the usual hygiene messaging campaign through community health networks. But on top of that, as a complement, not as a substitute, but as a complement, she added three main ideas that she found out from doing a WASHM assessment. The first one was to contract the local drama groups to perform a series of sketches that were based on the local drivers and barriers that have been identified by the team when they did their the barrier analysis, with the washer, the one of the key tool of the washer. And on top of that, they performed some competition with rewards. So basically like a quiz-like interventions where you ask questions to the crowd, and the people who get the right answers will get a little reward like a soap bars or things like that. So always this idea of creating momentum for hand washing practices. And the last one was to propose to everybody was interesting after this initial triggering sessions to learn how to make their own tippy taps, so hand washing stations, based on the locally available material, whatever they can find, So yeah, tip of tippy taps like the one you can see display on the screen, for instance. I'd say we got pretty good result there, and we can definitely call it like a successful pilot because we get something like 7,500 TPTs that were made in the community. So that's in 8 targeted health areas. And on top of that, 114 TP taps in 17 of the targeted schools. It's not bad, really. What is important here is to realize that this is based on direct observation. It's not the usual ones where we only rely on self-reporting, which, as we know, for hand washing with soap doesn't give, good results because, people might be tempted to tell you that they do hand washing even if they actually don't. So that's why it's more important as well to base our results on actual observations of the tippy taps in use with non-intact soap, and water available at the tippy taps. And you'll see that in the last picture that I will show. There's plenty of lesson learned from that pilot, plenty of good thing that would be good to discuss, but maybe just two main takeaway for this short presentation. I think the first one, what I really appreciate with Ange and her team, is that she really, acknowledge the fact that hygiene promotion is not just about disseminating message, like we usually do when we do the fast approach. It's much more than that, and it's about actually supporting people to put into practice the recommended behaviors. So like what she did, with this workshop to learn how to do the tippy taps and to actually support people to build their own washing station. And I think that's very critical there. Secondly, I think it's also very good to acknowledge the fact that increasing people knowledge on what behavior is not sufficient. You need the association of the information with an emotion. That's what the SBC experts are telling us. So in that case, it was through the contracting of a professional drama group that make this serious sketch that make people laugh, people having disgust around hand washing, not doing hand washing practices, and all of that really helped to init the desire for doing hand washing with soap. So that's it. Thanks a lot, everybody. You can see here a picture with all the hand washing station. And again, on behalf of the whole concerned team, I would like to thank Ange, Byabuze, and a team in the RC for conducting this very interesting pilot. Thanks, everybody. Bye.